This is the America you don't see. Hate crimes against Asian and Black people rose sharply in 2020. Of those offenders that some aspects can be identified, 55.2% were white. Shocked once again, the world has refocused attention on a serious human rights issue in America: white supremacy. The most persistent and lethal threat in the homeland. This is how the white supremacists were identified by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. For the minorities and underrepresented, as well as social safety and order, white supremacy means discrimination, violence, and destruction. In 2018 and 2019, white nationalists carried out more deadly attacks and killed more people in the United States than any other domestic violence extremist movement. And those numbers look set to grow, as data showed that white supremacist propaganda in the US, including racist, anti-Semitic, and other hateful messages, nearly doubled last year to a record level. Even the president's denunciation is seen as hollow by many.
And we won't ignore what our intelligence agencies have determined to be the most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today. White supremacy is terrorism.
Why are people so pessimistic about eradicating white supremacy? When we dig deep into American history, we can see that white nationalism was actually a natural belief when the US was founded. The Constitution states that any person who was not free shall be considered 3/5 of a free individual in determining congressional representation. Here, those who are not free were slaves, and those who are free were mainly white. After several historical moments like the Civil War, the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, white supremacy is officially repudiated by law. But the anger of its believers only intensified because they could not accept the degradation. They feared that white people and their culture would lose control of the nation. When Trump took the White House, violent white supremacist attacks in America have risen dramatically. It's not surprising, his campaign slogans had a strong appeal to these people. The wall on the border, the rejection of immigrants, the attacks on minorities, in their view, this Mr. Trump would take their America back for them. And getting their votes was Trump's campaign strategy. He won. His inauguration marks a sharp return of white supremacy in the US, and even though he and his extremist supporters did not win again in 2020, the smoke and the Confederate battle flags flying over the Capitol on January 6, 2021 have warned the world that white nationalism in America remains as powerful as ever. White supremacy is in America's national DNA. It should take generations to erase it from the political system and social culture. Will the Biden administration be able to solve it? Can pluralism promoted by Democrats counter the prevailing white nationalism? Share your thoughts with us.